Hello friends, and welcome to the video. Today we are doing a review, I guess Watson wants to be in the video with us, of the Normatec Hyperice 3s. These are leg compression boots. Figured I would jump on and do a review. Right now I'm keeping them in the box. They don't really fit in the box that well after you open it, honestly, but just showing you like a good way to store it if you know how to fold these properly. Pretty much we've got the boots 1, boot 2. I do keep the battery in the box typically, and as you can see here, there's a few different settings. So we have attachment section, legs, hips, or arms. I typically only do the legs. We've got pressure level that goes 1 through 7. I will typically go roughly like 5 to 7 with that. There's zones, which I don't really do too much with. And then there's the timer, which I will typically do anywhere between 30 minutes to actually up to an hour. And so with that said, I'm gonna put these on, and while I'm enjoying some of the recovery benefits, I'll do some ratings and reviews so you can make a decision whether or not this should be your next purchase or if you should stick with the other recovery methods that you've been doing. So I'll typically lay out a nice big comfortable pillow like this one because I want to make sure that my leg can be elevated when I strap these on. So here's really the process. Doesn't matter which leg you put into which boot, as they both fit on either leg, but you essentially just zip it up as you see here. I don't love putting these on. Wish it was easier, but I don't know how else you'd really do it. So that's that. And then take out our battery that we just introduced and this thing, which kind of reminds me of you've seen the movie Spider-Man, of one of his enemies. I don't remember his name, but this is what this kind of reminds me of. I want to plug this in here, and then within each leg there's even more cords, so definitely a lot of wires. And there we go, that's one. Like, doesn't fit perfectly. Alright, that one was easier. 2. Alright, so now that everything's plugged in, typically throw the battery on the table, but first I'm going to turn on the Normatec. There's the on button on the side. I'm going to do 45 minutes today with 5 pressure because had a lighter week of training the week after a marathon, but starting to pick up running and other fitness again, so getting a little sore pretty quick. And they're on. Cool. Comfortable. Throw a nice pillow on the back. In the next 45 minutes, we're gonna pretty much be in heaven. So we're gonna review a couple different things today, which is gonna include the price for what you get. We're gonna also go over whether or not this thing works or not. So the functionality and the benefits that come with it, comfortability, and convenience. First, we're gonna start with price. Now, if I'm going on my phone right now, if I'm taking a look at the Hyperice website, which is the company that sells Normatec and owns Normatec, Best Buy, REI, looks like the prices are all pretty consistently at $7.99. There's some other websites here that are more or less a lot that I haven't heard of, but $7.99 looks like is what you would be paying. So something to note is I got these for $6.99 last year during Black Friday, and so probably not a bad idea with the holidays coming up to wait for a sale like that. They're also releasing new models of these. I think they just came out with one that doesn't have this wired charger, but rather it's a portable one. Don't quote me on that. And so that is something that is going to definitely get the price down perhaps in the future, the more models of these that they come out with, but I don't really expect them to severely drop the price. I think there's a lot of demand for these. Now there are competitor brands, so you can definitely get a company that's cheaper. Just looking online right now, you know, it looks like you can get into a pair of boots for, you know, as low as $200 from what I'm seeing, right? But something that I'm definitely big on is having something that's going to last a while, something that is going to be a high quality product, right? I think when we talk about our legs and our legs being massaged, or like the way that this product really works is it provides pressure into your legs. So right now I'm feeling pressure coming into my legs, and then it releases pressure, right? So I wouldn't want like a knockoff product, one that doesn't work at a high clip. However, I'm not saying that any of those other brands don't work. I just don't have experience with them. I would say take a look at your budget, decide, is this something that you see yourself using very regularly, long term, you want it to last for a while? If so, like I said, I've had these for almost a year now, and they've worked really well for me. They're still in pretty much mint condition the way I see it. I've had zero issues with them. And so because of that, I'm gonna give the price a 7.9 out of 10. Would love for it to be cheaper, more of an easy welcome for anyone who wants them. But I've seen certain fitness centers charge $40 each time someone uses them, where I've been at marathon expos and there's an hour line to be able to use these products. And so I think long-term speaking, if you get enough use out of it, it's worth it. Now, as far as the overall functionality and features, you know, that question I think is a good one, right? Because if you're gonna buy something like this, you want it to work and have the benefits that you think you're gonna get. Really, the main benefits of this is recovery, right? After a long run, a speed workout, high level intensity training, your legs get very fatigued, your muscles break down, and this product, claim to fame, is that it helps with that recovery process. It speeds it up, so this way the next day you can go in feeling a little bit to a lot better on that next day of running or whatever fitness activity it is that you're doing. I've lived a life without these, and even though I own them, there's plenty of times I go on a hard run and then that night I don't use them. Maybe I'm too tired and too lazy to pull them out. And so, do I think that it's a need to have? By means, no. I think this is a very want to have type of product, and you could certainly survive without them. With that said, whenever I use them, I'm very happy that I use them. I feel better walking around at home, and then when I go into my next day of running, I feel like I can do something harder when it comes to paces or longer distance. Certainly. It's hard for me to say the exact numbers of what it actually looks like, but maybe giving a rough estimate, I probably feel 5 to 10% better after using these, is my own personal self-assessment. So with that said, I mean, you know, I think the functionality is strong. I do think the product works. And like I said earlier, there's a lot of different features towards the type of zone you can go in, the strength. It doesn't matter who you are. You can put this on and find some level of comfort and benefit with this product. Because of that, I give the overall functionality a 9.4 out of 10. Next, I'm gonna do comfortability, because it's important, right? If you're gonna wear these things for up to an hour, you wanna feel good wearing them. You don't want it to be overstimulating or too painful, right? There's definitely a lot of things out there that are meant for recovery that simply don't feel good. Some people don't like jumping in a cold plunge because it doesn't feel good on your body. It hurts to go into cold water. There's lots of other recovery techniques that are definitely uncomfortable, and there's plenty that are comfortable, right? Like stretching, I think a lot of people find to feel good. A regular massage feels good, but what do these feel like on the comfortability side? I will say that the first time you wear this, it might feel a little strange to have the pressure that goes into your leg. However, I've never been wearing these and I'm like, damn, like this really, really hurts, unless I have the pressure all the way up after an incredibly hard run. And so I definitely don't think that this is an uncomfortable product. So not only are there the physical benefits, but I do think from a mental standpoint, this definitely makes me feel very mindful. And so with that said, when we talk about the overall comfortability, I'm gonna give this a 9.7 out of 10. Really good score there. And then last here, we are going to talk about the convenience of this product. I wanted to include convenience in this video because I think you might be seeing how big these boots are, the battery, the box I pulled out, and then you might be like, hey, this just seems too inconvenient. I don't see myself using this product. It's too much to set up. It would be really hard to travel with, etc. I would agree that it's not super convenient, right? It takes up a lot of space as far as storage. You saw me put it on, right? It takes probably a good minute or two to get it on, to get yourself comfortable in the product, and the same goes with taking it off, right? It takes a few minutes to take off and then store it away. In regards to traveling with it, I do think you could probably fit it in a backpack or a carry-on bag. However, I don't know the TSA rules on a product like this. Probably would not be ideal to travel with if you were only doing carry-on bags. Now, I think if you were checking a bag, you could probably travel with it, but I would be worried that what would happen to the battery, having that suitcase in a commercial plane bumping around and all that. So personally, I don't think I would ever travel with this product. Now, with that said, when we talk about other electronics in the massage space, right, think of massage chairs or feet massagers. We have all these different products. There's very few of them that are convenient. To get a massage, it takes a little bit of work, whether you're spending money to go to a place or you have an at-home remedy. So I'm going to kind of consider that within the comparison of other massage products. So with that said, I'm going to give the convenience here a 6.8 out of 10. Now when we put all 4 scores together, this is what we get. So all in all, this is definitely a product I'd give the thumbs up and highly recommend. If you got money to spend on recovery and you really do see yourself using this a lot, if you're very active or if you've got rough joints, you just want to have something that helps you feel good when you're relaxing, I think that the Normatec Hyperice 3s would be an absolutely awesome product, right? It's definitely an investment, but I think long-term speaking, I would see myself owning something like this for at least 10 years without needing to replace it unless something operationally fails, which I've had zero sign that would happen. If anyone has any questions about the Normatecs, if you're on the edge, should I buy it, should I not, I'm happy to address them. Feel free to leave a comment. And if you enjoyed this review, really appreciate a like, a subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And who knows, in the future, could help me afford some more products like this that I'm happy to review before you buy it and you realize that it was a product that you shouldn't have bought. But I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. And as always, don't forget to run brighter.